Welcome back and thank you for following me to video 2. This video is all about the royal family. There is a lot to cover, so this video unfortunately is over 8 minutes because there's just so much to cover. We're going to start off with these pictures sent to me by one of my subscribers. She was watching Japanese television and these pictures, she took this straight from live TV. That man is wearing the Diana sweater at a sumo wrestling match. Looks good on him. Love it. And I'm not going to give her name because she didn't give me permission to do so. But oh my gosh. All right, let's go. Let's start off with King Charles. He welcomed Mohammed Nasheed, who happens to be the Secretary General of the Climate Vulnerability Forum, into Buckingham Palace for an audience. I think the king looks quite healthy in these photos. And then, of course, a picture was taken of him as he was leaving the palace. Now, on a different day at Buckingham Palace, the king met Dame, however you want to say it, Martina Milburn. She is the CEO of the Princess Trust, and they had a meeting with community faith leaders from across the UK. That also took place at Buckingham Palace. Let's move on to Princess Anne. These may not be in order, okay? So last week, she is the patron of Stroud Hospital League of Friends, and she went to visit the maternity unit at the Gloucestershire Hospital at the NHS Foundation Trust. This is a midwife-led center, which I think is pretty cool. Next up, Scotland Rural College opened their new building. Of course, the Princess Royal did the official duties for that. And then Stuart Black and some other people signed an agreement of cooperation with Wayne Powell of the SRUC. Now, this new building is going to be for consulting services, research, veterinary services, teaching services, and it's going to give opportunities for local businesses for collaboration. I have to say, it is a beautiful building, and I love the fact that, as is usual, Anne is right in there with her hands on everything, doing her thing. Love this. Again, I don't know if this was before or after the other event. I'm not sure of the order. Next up, Princess Anne went to Inverness. She had multiple stops. Now, while she was there, she opened up a rural and veterinary innovation center called RAVIC. Interesting, huh? It cost $12.5 million, and it gives new links between science and industry. Of course, she toured all the facilities. She heard about all the fabulous groundbreaking research that's taking place there. The idea behind this center is that it's supposed to bring more science companies to the region and encourage collaboration. You know, with the industry and the health center, it's supposed to help develop new products and processes. You guys know how all that works. Now, after she was done touring and meeting and doing all the stuff that she usually does, she unveiled a plaque at an event afterwards that had over 100 guests there. I love her. And I do love her in red also, I might add. After all of that, Anne went to a food manufacturing plant. This group was visited by Anne to commemorate the official opening of the company's extension because Anne is the patron of the Scotch Chefs Club. I had no idea. So she visited the facility. I believe that this visit took place the same day that she went to the Lockerbie Cemetery and all of that memorial. It looks like she's wearing the same outfit, so I think it was the same day. Next up, on the 27th of March, Anne went to visit Powerroll, which is a green energy company that produces flexible solar film to generate renewable energy. So, of course, we know what she did. She toured the plant. She met almost 50 scientists, engineers, and apprentices, and then they gave her a solar panel to, commemorate the visit. She asked if it was going to charge her phone while she was driving around. I love her. On another visit, Anne officially opened the new Pragmatic Semiconductor facility outside Durham. I mean, this woman literally is one of the hardest working women. Now, on a different day, Anne went to visit HMP Highdown, where she met with prisoners and their families to hear about the work that Forward Trust does to support them. Anne took a tour, met the staff, and heard about what's going on there. You should know that the Butler's Trust has an award ceremony every single year to recognize people that work in custodial and community justice settings. And, the fact that they are not out in public and they really get any thanks for what they do. The Butler Trust Award works in concert with the Hidden Heroes campaign, which puts a light on the workforce as a whole. But the Butler's Trust Award gives credit where it's due to those whose work stands out, even among the Hidden Heroes colleagues. And so this is like, they're saying it's the Oscars for the sector. So it was started in 1985, and every year, Anne, who is their patron, goes to the awards ceremony and, hands out the awards. This awards ceremony took place on March 19th at St. James Palace in London. And of course, before giving the awards out, Anne went up to the podium and praised, and I'm quoting, their passion, skill, and professionalism of the workforce as a whole. But of course, as she pointed out, the award uncovers a group of individuals who stand out even more. It looks from these pictures like it was a fabulous party. I mean, I love that. I, for one, can tell you that it really is difficult, with like my old previous job, to do a job constantly and never get credit for it. You know what I mean? Never get the praise that you're deserving. All right, moving on. On a couple of days ago, the Adani Green Energy Gallery at the Science Museum in London was opened, and they talked about how they were in partnership with Sir Tim Lawrence and Sir Ian Blatchford. And this was made possible because of their work together. I love it. Moving on. Now to the Duke and Duchess of Gloucester, who attended the 75th anniversary celebration of the Commonwealth on March 17th at St. Albans Cathedral. Let's move on to Queen Camilla. She had a reception at Clarence House. There was some research done. It's called neuroscientific research that looked at the connection between reading and mental health and well-being. And so Camilla had a reception at Clarence House to mark the findings of this research study. Let me tell you what this study found. I found this very interesting. I myself love to read. It said that it reduces stress by almost 20%. It helps readers feel more connected to others and ready to tackle challenges. It improves concentration and focus by as much as 11%. And finally, this research was shown that reading improves mental health, brain health, and social connectedness. Well, I mean, that's something I already knew, but okay. Like I said, I love to read. We know that reading is a big thing for Camilla, and that's why they took the reading room and made it the Queen's Reading Room. This is the thing about these patronages. You take stuff that you love and you run with it. All right, let's keep on with Camilla. Next up, Queen Camilla went on a solo trip. It was a big one, and she visited a farmer's market and a recently restored Shrewsbury flax mill. Very interesting. Now, when she got there, she got a very warm welcome. Lots of people lining the streets looking forward to seeing her. There was a band playing in the background, and Camilla went on a tour of the farmer's market, and she saw all the different stalls. There was food, there was jewelry, there were crafts, there were artisans. See, that's the kind of stuff that I like to look at. Just as an FYI, this market has been held in this square for almost 20 years. About 40 traders regularly set up stalls there on the first Friday of the month. And supposedly, this is one of the best markets in the area. There are gold award-winning producers selling there and an international award winner, confectionery person selling there. Oh, God, I wish I could go. When she was done walking around, she went to the Old Market Hall where she signed the visitor book, which I think is something that they do like literally at every place they go. Before she left that seat, though, Camilla was handed a bottle of gin that's curated and sold by the very own bar. So the town clerk gave it to her. Oh. Camilla looked super happy, super relaxed. Now, she did notice that there were some children there with signs up, "I love Camilla." There were also people holding up signs about Catherine, and the Queen took those messages and promised to deliver them to Catherine. She said that Catherine was very thrilled about all the kind wishes and support. Ugh, she's so gracious. While she was there in the crowd, this gentleman handed her this fabulous portrait of her and Charles as a gift. That guy is like super talented. I, for one, could not pass up these pins. I don't want to say it's a brooch, but the bee pins on her lapel there. I just think they're absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful. So Camilla continued her walk around. Somebody also gave her a rose, which I think is really sweet. You know, I have to say, I think it's pretty cool that the Queen has literally become the most senior royal, while everybody else is out having their cancer treatment. Over 2,000 people came out in that little tiny town square to see her. And this was her first public outing since Catherine announced her cancer. So I think she's doing a great job. I love her. All right, you guys. Yes, I know that was a lot of royal news, but I want you to follow me over now to video 3 because this has to do with Finn, Tigger, and Toodles, the animals. Yes, follow me on over. Let's go.